don't know if I can do this because I have to count. Oh no. This is like not the right thing to be prepping right now. Yikes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hello, I am Meg, the yarn dyer behind the yarn brand Megs & Co. and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you are here. Today is October 2nd, 2025, and it is day 3 of a little vlog series that I have been working on putting together because over the summer I took a much needed hiatus from formal YouTubing and filming and editing and all of the things. So I thought it would be nice to kind of slowly ease back into things, reintroduce myself, get to know you once again, and instead of sitting down and doing one long giant chat to try to catch up on the past, 3 months of life, if not more. Yeah, let's just let's vlog it. Let's just show what's real, what's going on. So anyway, so you can catch the previous episodes on my channel. Today I am down in my yarn dyeing studio. It is a room that is in an area in my basement in my house. I'm very fortunate to have a finished basement, and so I converted one of the rooms in my finished basement into the perfect little cozy dye space for myself. So I'm in here. It is the evening. It's after 6 p.m. and I worked all day. I do work full time, and now I am working on some yarn work. I don't normally get started this late. Usually if I'm going to dye after work, I try to come down here right away so that I'm not working quite so late. But I just had a bunch of things to do around the house. I had some errands to run, and here we are. It's like 6 p.m. So, you know, it just is what it is. But I got stuff to do, and I actually have kind of a busy weekend, so I can't push off. I know sometimes I will just push off and rearrange my schedule. I like to try to give myself as much leeway and grace as possible because yarn dyeing should be fun, not stressful. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and so, you know, when I look, okay, you know, I could be down here a little bit extra or skip something on the weekend, and I would much rather be down here a little late tonight than skip anything I have planned for the weekend. So here we are, and I'm rambling. So today I'm just kind of working on some odds and ends. So in my hand I have some mini skeins that I am prepping, and like I said, it is late and it is just getting later, so I really need to get prepping these so that I can get these in the dye pans. So in just a couple weeks, literally a couple weeks, I don't know if I can do this because I have to count. Oh no. This is like not the right thing to be prepping right now. Yikes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm really sorry to anybody who is like trying to knit along because counting is not friendly. And I didn't even have my bucket of zip ties. Oh, I'm just not prepared. Okay. So in literally 2 weeks, I will be heading downstate to Rhinebeck, New York for the New York State Sheep and Wool Festival. I'm really excited. I do not vend, I attend. And I vended a few years back at a show that was not very good to me. Don't want to get into it. And after that, you know, I decided that this was a weekend that I really wanted to enjoy for myself. I'm very blessed to have an amazing show here in my local area that's kind of right before, so I just wrapped that show up. It's the Western New York Fiber Arts Festival. It's in East Aurora, New York. It's every year in September, so if you are in the Buffalo, Rochester area, you should definitely put that on your calendar for September. It's a absolutely wonderful festival, and I spend all summer prepping for that, slowly prepping because I enjoy my summer. But I spend all summer slowly preparing for that festival, and I enjoy it so much. So yeah, so I have made the decision that I go to Rhinebeck for me, to have fun, to enjoy, to relax. It's my little reward, big reward, after doing the Western New York Fiber Arts Festival. And I just look forward to just, you know, seeing so many friends that I've met online, Instagram, YouTube, I have a Discord community that I'd love for you to join, and just getting to know people and, you know, getting to see people face to face is just awesome. And especially all my dyer friends. Yeah, it's just amazing. So I'm heading down there, and last year I did something so fun. I brought a whole bunch of mini skeins with me, and it was such a great way to introduce myself to people and to kind of start conversations. You know, there's no like awkward, you know, pause or anything. It's, I have a gift for you. So I was handing out mini skeins. And I had put in my newsletter as well that if you see me, you know, ask me about my mini skeins, and I would love to give you a mini skein. And it was just so much fun. Like I said, it just opened the door organically for so many amazing conversations, and I loved it. So last year I brought 50, and I ran out so fast. So this year I'm going to dye, I think 75 is what I've landed on, and I'm gonna do that tonight. And I have chosen this year to do my brand new fall colorway. So last year my fall colorway, I always have like a fall special colorway, and last year my fall colorway was Autumn in New York, and those were the mini skeins I handed out. And this year, my fall colorway that I debuted at the Western New York Fiber Arts Festival is called Haunted. And oh, it's so good. It's got a lot of like purples and oranges, but not in like a muddy way, and just such like a nice moody way. I'm obsessed. I already knit a hat with a skein of DK, and I really want to do more with it. I really want to make like a fun color work cowl. Yeah, so I sold out of everything at that festival, but this weekend I am hoping to slip down here early before my weekend plans to at least get one round of dyeing in, because I really want to get that colorway restocked, because that was supposed to be my fall colorway. So usually I like to have the fall colorway in stock for fall, and then I just let it run out as the season ends. So I would really like to have that in stock. So that is the color that I have picked to hand out while I am wandering around at the New York State Sheep and Wool Festival. So I will have lots of mini skeins with me if you see me. I am going to a whole bunch of events. I'm going to Indie Untangled on Friday. I believe I have the first time slot for that. And then I am heading over to a woolen affair. I'll probably go somewhere for lunch first, chill. I know last year I did 3 events. Did I do 3 events? I don't know what I did last year. I feel like last year I just did too much. So this year I'm trying to work in some rest time. So I'm probably gonna, chill for lunch, go back to my Airbnb, relax for a little bit, but then I'm gonna wander over to a woolen affair, and I'm really excited for that. I think that's just gonna be such a good time. And then of course on Saturday, I plan to be at the Sheep and Wool on Saturday. Saturday is always just absolutely insane. It's always way too crowded. Last year I got very overwhelmed. So I stayed outside all of Saturday. I don't think I did very little shopping, if any. I think I did buy a couple things, but very little shopping. But I was able to get a ton of socializing done, like just around the picnic tables, on the hill, all the things. And then Sunday is my shopping day. So that is my plan for this year, to do those things. So I'm going to reserve mini skeins for each day. So if I run out for the day, I should have some the next day, because last year I just like brought them all with me and I ended up running out like really early. I did have some on Saturday, but I ran out like really early, and then they were just gone and I had none on Sunday. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna like try to like ration them out throughout the events, but we'll see. So okay, gotta do a quick count. So if you're counting your stitches, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, I've got 50 so far. So I want one more bag. So I am just so excited for that. So excited. Yeah, I don't know. That's really like all I got. I'm just gonna keep prepping these. I really want to get them in the pan tonight, but no, it's only 6:20. Okay. I was gonna say the later it gets, the more I'm like convincing myself that I should put this off, even though I shouldn't. You know, I need that relaxation time. But this is a very fun colorway to dye. It really just comes alive in the pan, so I'm excited to revisit it again. Anyway, so that's really all I have for today, because this is what I'm doing. Yeah, so I am going to stop talking and switch over to some nice B-roll of hopefully getting over to me dyeing some yarn. I do have to dye some yarn tonight, even if I decide to not dye all of these minis. I do have 2 pans going in the other room for a couple batches of I'm a big Buffalo Bills football fan. I live in Western New York, you have to be. And so I had a shop put in a wholesale order for some skeins of those. So I'm cooking those up tonight. So I thought I would slip those in. So those are in my other room. I have like weirdly kind of 2 rooms that I can, I call it cooking the yarn, but I have 2 rooms that I have hot plates in that I can dye the yarn in. This is my original room, and this is where I usually start, and then my overflow room, which I actually set up those pans first, which is kind of funny. I had set that up in 2020 during lockdown when I was filming live stuff on Facebook and whatnot. So it's set up as like a filming studio. So the table faces out and I get like behind it, and it's got lights that shine on it. So, you know, I do have a whole bunch of tutorial videos and on my YouTube channel that you can check out. So that's where I film all of that content, and the 2 pans in there, I end up using them to just kind of expand my production. So my plan was to do all the minis in here and then just 2 pans out there for that wholesale order. Convincing myself I just want to be on the couch with my kitten. But no, we're gonna do this. we're gonna do this. It's all fun. Anyway, so I'm going to shut up and switch over to some B-roll of hopefully some yarn dyeing. Otherwise it's gonna be me upstairs knitting with my kitten or spinning. I might return to my spinning project that I started in video 1. I actually finished spinning the first half, so I have a full bobbin, so I can start the second bobbin. So this will be, if you watched the first video, then you saw like how I divided the fiber and my plan for the fractal spin. So the second bobbin will be where I'm just spinning that half continuously. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. Something popped in my head, now I forgot it. Anyway, it doesn't matter, so I'm gonna sign off. My name is Meg. Thank you so much for being here. You can find me online on Instagram, megsandco_yarn. You can shop all my yarn at megsandco.com. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, do all the things. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.